just come to this little island here, and I'm going to drop the anchor, and I'm going to navigate up here. I don't need somebody on deck now to look for bombies, because I got this thing. This thing is the bomb. Dockmate. I know I'm plugging them, but it's the greatest thing.
It's like a remote control for your whole boat.
Yeah, I mean,
a joystick.
I can stay up on front. I don't got to holler at the kids. I just drive my boat all day long.
It's an RC boat.
It's an RC boat. I just drive my boat all day long right here. I want to go over here. Let's go over here. Where do we go? Where are you going to see what's over here? Just looking for a sandy spot, you know. I don't got to get all my kids up. The great thing is this Dockmate works perfectly with the ZF Drive stuff I installed. It's just plug and play. You don't even got to do anything to the ZF Drive stuff.
You can start saying plug and play again a lot.
Yeah, plug and play, plug and play, plug and play. Nice little sand spot right here.
How can you tell?
Because it's white here.
Yeah. I mean, I just asked that for the audience. I can tell.
And the nice thing is, because I don't have to, Jack doesn't have to tell me, you're right over the sand spot, you're right over the sand spot. Now I can see the sand spot. And with this one remote control, I can drop the anchor, raise the anchor. If I had bow thrusters, I could do that too. But I may wire these in for my davits on the back. Then I've just got one.
Oh, that's cool, yeah.
Before you started using a Dockmate, what was your experience like docking boats in general?
On a vessel this size, I mean, of course, I can handle it on a small boat, but on a vessel this size, we're on a 57 Sunseeker Predator today, I definitely needed a stew. I needed to stay at the helm for the safety of everybody on board, for the safety of the dock and the vessel itself. I needed help. I needed skilled help. I needed someone that I could communicate with that was on the same page as me. With a random stew, they might be skilled, but they may have a different thought process. After I found out, you know, this boat had a Dockmate, then I didn't need anybody. Everybody, the guests can stay on board, they can enjoy their drinks, they can settle themselves in, and they don't have to hire a stew. Now I can do it by myself, and I know that the boat is safe, my guests are going to be safe, and I can smoothly and safely handle the boat on my own.
What kind of unique features do you like about Dockmate?
So I've used other controllers that it was basically just an on-off switch. I found with the Dockmate just a little bit, gives it a little bit of throttle. It really is proportional. I have proportional thrusters on here, and whether I'm using the thrusters or twisting the joystick and using the engines, it, depending on how much I give it, depends also on how much it gives the engines. And so I can bump it just a little bit to the side, I can bump it a little bit to twist, but as I hold that twist, it ramps up. So if I'm fighting a wind or a current, I know the boat's gonna move the way I need to, and I don't have to be at the helm.
So we're on board here, beautiful, brand new 62-foot Marlow with Mr. Mark here. We just adjusted some things. You want to tell us a little bit about what we adjusted for you on your Dockmate system?
Yeah, well, first of all, I want to sing the praise of Dockmate. It's absolutely wonderful. I am a converted yacht controller guy, and this thing is waterproof. I've got the joystick, I got all kinds of controls on it. I can control speed, so it's just heads and shoulders above the yacht controller. What we did today is that this is always working fine for me, but now with the joystick, when I would put this in a 360-degree spin, I would always move forward a little bit because the engine in forward was more powerful, obviously. So Mark came on board and we adjusted it. So now when I spin us, we stand still and we spin. We also adjusted when I push both engines forward versus one engine at a time, a little different variance, so that if I'm docking and I just touch one engine, the whole boat doesn't jump in the water like it does if I push both. We also installed soft docking, which is a new software invention from Dockmate, which as I'm coming into the dock, I can just barely touch this at a 45-degree angle, and I get a half a spin of the propeller. So as you're basically in there already and adjusting for lines or fenders or your electrical cord, you don't have to worry about the boat jumping, into gear. It's just a very soft little forward or reverse. So amazing what we can do with these things today. And I tell you, I operate this boat along with my wife, and I couldn't get along without it. When we dock, I get off the boat, hand her the lines, and I'm controlling everything from the dock here. And the same thing when we depart. I get off, hand her the lines, and hop on board. So try it. You'll like it.
Would you consider, well, thank you very much. Would you consider Dockmate, like once you have this, all your boats will probably have a Dockmate now moving forward?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, as I said, I had a yacht controller on my first Marlow, and it was new to me. It was a new toy, and I loved it, but it had its limitations. And quite honestly, it broke several times on me. The remote broke, and there's nothing like coming into a dock and having your toggle switch fall off. So when I learned about Dockmate and saw it at a show, and I know MPI and Mark from doing the electronics here, and gave it a try, and I won't go back. Every boat, it saves my marriage. I have to have it.
That's so great. All right, thank you very much.
With the Dockmate, after having had your day out on the boat, when you come back and you're docking, it's the same type of thing because it's very easy and you just it just happens, and there's nothing to upset or to mar the experiences that you experienced out on the boat that day.
Without it, I would have never bought this dock over here because it's
we would have regretted buying this dock.
Yeah, it's very tight. It's very tight, and it's amazing. It's an amazing tool. I mean, I wouldn't buy a boat without it.
And Dockmate, I didn't think of it as a necessity, like a toy, but no. You cannot afford not to have a Dockmate.
We live aboard our boat full time. We're in and out of different marinas and anchorages all the time. A lot of times we're going someplace new that we've never been to before. So you can look at the map of the marina, but having the Dockmate when you enter the marina and being able to navigate, and turn around from the bow of the boat, the stern of the boat, the fly bridge, it makes a huge difference in our lives and reduces the stress level considerably. It's got proportional turn, so what you do is you just twist this around and it'll turn the boat around in a circle on a dime.
All right, so we're on board this beautiful L550 Sea Ray, and we just installed a Dockmate system, and the owner's familiar with other systems, so can you tell us, in your opinion, why you think Dockmate is superior?
I had used the yacht controller for 2.5 years. There were minor things about the yacht controller that I didn't like, but I just got used to it. And I was at a boat show and saw the demo for Dockmate and talked to the people from Dockmate and did my research online about Dockmate and talked to a number of other boaters who were familiar with the product. And after going through that whole process, I made the decision to go forward and buy the Dockmate, and I'm very glad I did. We just did a little test, took it out, took the boat, checked out how Dockmate worked, and in heavy winds, more than we've had all summer, and for this winter, I was able to dock the boat no problem at all. So engaging it, taking control of a yacht controller is much more difficult. You may think you have control sometime on the yacht controller, and you don't. With Dockmate, every time I took control, I have control of the boat.
It's amazing. It's probably the best investment I did, after I bought my beautiful boat. For the first time I tried it today with Victor, and I have to be honest and tell you it's amazing. Big difference between this one and try to dock, the engine by yourself. It's really easy, and I think it's the best investment I did, in my boat for 2020. It's really amazing. Easy to maneuver. After a few docks, I feel comfortable. I'm trying to, and I think I'll try tomorrow by myself to dock the boat.
Samara is an 80-foot power catamaran, a lot of windage. So in order to first dock this boat, you need to be able to move where you can actually see the boat coming to the dock. And as you can see from the layout here, it's impossible to see from the helm.
By pushing the joystick forward, it engages both engines. Reverse, both engines as well. And the thrusters by pushing from side to side. One of the most unique features of this product is really simply that you can twist the knob here, which will allow you to turn the boat in very tight quarters.
I needed some type of control to be able to move around the boat, get the boat next to the dock. We chose Dockmate basically because it has proportional throttle control and bow thruster control. Does everything that it says it would do. It's very easy with a twist.
By twisting this knob, one engine will be put forward, one engine will be put in reverse, which will again turn the boat very sharply, which is ideal for maneuvering in very tight quarters.
And it just simply works. There's no better statement than saying it works. And so now I can actually be on the dock, bring the boat in on the dock.
People ask about a learning curve for the product.
I have never done this before. Full disclosure.
Like literally. Okay. I mean, this is it. The learning curve is non-existent with this product. Okay. There you go. Now tap it in reverse a little bit. There you go. Good. So now twist it.
To the right?
Yep. There you go. And now go sideways to the dock.
Look at this.
I mean, look at this.
Wow.
There you go.
Here we are.
I mean, hit the stern thruster just a little bit. No, the other one. There you go. I mean, and now the bow thruster a little bit. I mean, that's it. I mean, look at you. We could just jump off right now.
And I docked the boat.
And grab a line.
All
and that's
right.
it. So that's, I mean, you docked the boat.
I docked the boat. You saw it here, folks.
There's a high five. I mean, she docked the boat. Never used a Dockmate before in her life. And that was it. She just docked the boat.
Two reasons. My wife and I crew the boat ourselves. The ability to work the bow for mooring and anchoring is a real benefit. And then, of course, just the ability to move around the boat and have almost endless remote controls now. This boat came equipped with a main station on the bridge and only one dock station on the starboard side, and I never happened to dock on the starboard side. So very nice to have the flexibility.
an amazing product. I love it. It gives you so much control. It's amazing what it's actually able to do. I've had, short staff, don't always have all the crew I need, and I've had a few that come off sick, and then I'm doing this alone. And running up and down the stairs, it's dangerous. This allows me to do everything. I can control every aspect of the boat. I can do the anchor, I can do the bow thruster, the steering, I can maneuver it off and on the dock completely by myself, drop the lines, everything I can do on my own. I don't need any help. It's really amazing. I have several friends that are looking at them right now. It's just after they see what's capable of doing, they want it for their own boats. It makes life a lot easier, especially if your deckhand is your wife. You're going to have a lot easier time.
Here on board a 2020 40-foot Galeon, and this customer had a other wireless remote control system installed, and asked us to come and do a demo, and then decided to remove that system and install a Dockmate system. So tell us a little bit about what your decision-making process was and why you decided to install a Dockmate system.
Okay. I originally was in the market for a new boat. The one we're sitting on currently is a used boat. When I was going to buy the new boat, I had the boat did not come installed from the manufacturer or available from the manufacturer with a joystick option. So I know I wanted to have that option, and I knew I'd have to do something aftermarket. The only product I even knew existed was the brand I just took off the boat. So I was lucky enough to find a used boat, which was exactly the boat I would have ordered new, and serendipitously, the other brand of remote control was installed. So I said, wow, what a home run. I took delivery of the boat and then had the first time the opportunity to use that controller. And frankly, I was disappointed. I was disappointed in the response and the performance of that device. Subsequently, I heard of Dockmate, and I heard of Dockmate from a good friend of mine, a great boater who was going to be taking possession of a new 50-something foot Princess. And he told me that his choice was Dockmate, as opposed to what I had already installed on the boat that I own. So I contacted Dockmate. They were cocky enough to tell me that they were willing to fly to my location, install it on the boat in order to demo it, and that when they were done with that demo, I would be so enamored with their product that I discard the thousands of dollars that were already installed on my boat and pay many $1,000s to install a new one. And the bottom line is I did it. We just got done installing the Dockmate. It seems to perform the way I expected one of these remote devices to work, and I hope that that continues to be the case for the life of my experience on this craft.
Well, good. What do you think were some of the key decision-making processes or decision-making thoughts on doing the swap?
Okay, well, certainly on a feature-to-feature basis, one of the things that is a major improvement over the brand I've discarded is the incremental, or rather the
proportional
throttle control for fore and aft. There are going to be times when you're in a wind and a current and you just need more zip, and this one appears to deliver that. Also, just going down a fairway, it got there quicker without making a wake, so it was nice to have.
Right.
There was less lag time between my asking the device to respond and the device responding, meaning the brand that I had wasn't as responsive. This one responds rather quickly. And the other thing that I've seen right away is the device that I've discarded. In order to make some of the turns in tight quarters, it tends to use the bow thruster more than the Dockmate. The Dockmate doesn't seem to need to employ the thruster as much, and I think that's a plus with an electric thruster. So that was an advantage. And it did control the boat better. The bottom line is, I could move parallel to the dock very easily with the Dockmate, and I couldn't do it that easily with the other.
Even without a stern thruster, right?
Without a stern thruster. Although I'm putting a stern thruster on.
Just have to add that
Just
in there.
because I want it. Not because I need it, it seems, but because I want it. And the other device that was discarded, certain positions on the boat, it was warning me that it wasn't communicating. I just saw it demonstrated. The guy walked about 1/8 of a mile away from the boat and was still able to control the boat. So obviously I'm not going to have the same potential communication problem. So overall, I think I made the right decision. And the folks at Dockmate were really nice. They did a good job, and they're nice people.
Well, we really appreciate the opportunity to come on here and demonstrate it for you, and really appreciate your business and moving forward. So thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.